My name is Darin Rigney, and I will be presenting on the acceptable use and data quality policies within Highland Cashmere's enterprise data management and governance strategies. Before I start, I just want to say that Highland Cashmere is focused on values of craftsmanship, sustainability, heritage, and transparency. We try to handle everything with care and respect, from our high-end luxurious cashmere to the data that we use and produce. And so one of the ways that we do this is through the acceptable use policy. This outlines responsible use of Highland Cashmere's IT systems, devices, data, and internet access. It applies to all employees, contractors, vendors, and third-party affiliates. Again, the focus is to protect intellectual property, prevent misuse, and uphold ethical tech use. It is founded on the values that I mentioned earlier. One of the ways that we do this is through outlining the high standards that we have in our products and making sure that they translate to the data and that we use. And so some of this includes making sure that any of the information or systems or devices that are used by Highland Cashmere employees or the other members of this policy only are conducting business activity on those said devices. Also ensuring that we use a multi-factor authentication and secure channels to access the data. This can include secure data zones or data lakes and expanded access depending on your role. We also have very strict prohibited uses, no unauthorized software or anything that will help you bypass some of our security agents in place, such as firewalls. No personal streaming or gaming, again, maintaining that business activities only, and no data sharing. We have a defined social media policy. Most of this requires approved diction and tone from our chief marketing officer, expanded training for those that will interact with social media, and the use of specific hashtags. We do have a bring your own device policy, but before you can bring your own device, we mandate that you register it. And then that way, this gives security to Highland Cashmere by ensuring that all devices are registered and no unsecured devices or unregistered devices are accessing our data. We do mandate that this employee is that this policy is signed by all employees. We do this at their onboarding, and so we are able to monitor their use through the bring your own device policy and the devices that we give them. We monitor their use when they're in our system, and we are very strict about it, and so violations may lead to the termination of employee, or because they're signing a contract, there are legal consequences as well. Moving on to the data quality policy. The goal is to ensure data is accurate, complete, consistent, and timely. Data is essential to our operational efficiency, decision-making, and compliance. And it tells the story of the past, informs the present, and guides the future. And so we want to keep those same values of craftsmanship, luxury, heritage, and sustainability in the data that we interact with. And so it applies to all personnel involved in the handling of data. I'll talk a little bit about our data democracy here. We do try to empower all employees. And so while we do have defined roles such as our chief data officer and specific data owners and stewards, such as our IT teams and data teams, we empower all employees, regardless of their business unit, regardless of their title, to try to be data literate. And so we do have a lot of training specifically with our data. And then also I would be remiss not to talk about our master data management support and how it intertwines with this policy. Through master data management, we strive to have a meticulously maintained single golden record of data. And so that really helps us keep data quality. But some of the other ways that we do it are frequent profiling and validating of our data, use of AI in the prevention and detection of errors, and then even a team that samples that to make sure the AI is performing correctly. Uh, like I said, frequent training of all employees, and then collaboration and buy-in from non IT executives. Again, we try to embed our data in all layers of the organization. We also want to communicate the impact of poor data. It can lead to inaccurate reports, lost revenue, um, the opposite of risk reduction, which can lead to compliance failures, which have legal and regulatory fines as well. And so we are very meticulous about ensuring that our data is quality, ensuring that we have that single golden record, and training all of our employees for data democracy. I will now hand it off to my peers who will go over our other policies. Thank you so much.